Welcome to Discover Daily by Perplexity, your AI-curated guide to tech, science, and culture. I'm Sienna. Today we explore a major breakthrough in brain-computer interfaces that may further blur the line between mind and machine. But first, let's look at other developments in national security and AI. On February 21st, the Trump administration announced leadership changes involving 6 senior military officials. Those affected included Joint Chiefs Chairman General Charles Q. Brown and Admiral Lisa Franchetti. The changes also applied to Air Force Vice Chief General James Slife and 3 judge advocate generals. Retired Lieutenant General Dan Kane, who had worked in venture capital after military service, was nominated to replace General Brown. The personnel changes occurred alongside plans to reduce the Pentagon's civilian workforce by 8%, eliminating 5,400 probationary positions. Under U.S. constitutional authority, presidents oversee military appointments, though the midterm leadership removals deviated from historical norms, as Joint Chiefs transitions since 1986 have generally adhered to 4-year terms under the Goldwater-Nichols Act. Bipartisan congressional leaders, including Senate Armed Services Committee members, raised questions about operational continuity in regions like Eastern Europe and the Indo-Pacific, while legal analysts noted potential impacts on oversight processes from replacing multiple judge advocate generals simultaneously. Administration officials characterized the restructuring as routine efficiency measures, coinciding with federal job reclassifications that allow dismissals without cause. Turning now to Silicon Valley, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella is challenging the AI industry's fixation with artificial general intelligence benchmarks. In a podcast with Dwarkesh Patel, he dismissed claims of AGI breakthroughs as nonsensical corporate theater driven by narrow performance metrics. He said, quote, "If your AI can write Shakespearean sonnets, but can't explain why inflation happens, is that really intelligence?" Pushing instead for measuring AI's success through economic impact like global GDP growth. The stakes are enormous. Tech giants will spend roughly $320 billion on AI infrastructure this year alone, enough to purchase 2.5 million NVIDIA H100 chips. Yet Nadella's vision focuses on practical applications rather than academic benchmarks. At Microsoft, their Copilot system now handles 40% of repetitive coding tasks, freeing developers to focus on more complex problems. This same principle applies across professions. Nadella has maintained he believes AI should augment human capabilities, not replace them, saying, quote, "The real test isn't beating chess champions, but whether nurses, teachers, and engineers feel empowered by these tools." By automating routine tasks, AI allows professionals to dedicate more time to work requiring human judgment and creativity. But significant hurdles remain: unclear liability frameworks when AI systems fail, and a substantial public trust deficit. Recent Pew data shows only 35% of Americans approve of AI in healthcare decisions, highlighting the gap between technical capability and social acceptance that Nadella and other tech leaders must address. Now, to our main story: a neuroscience breakthrough that could make mind-controlled technology as intuitive as using a smartphone. Chinese researchers recently unveiled the world's first two-way adaptive brain-computer interface, or BCI, detailed in the journal Nature Electronics. Unlike traditional BCIs that translate brain signals one way, the system enables real-time conversations between neurons and silicon. The key innovation is a dime-sized chip with 128,000 memristors, components that mimic neural plasticity. This neuromorphic design processes brainwaves 100 times faster than standard chips while using the energy equivalent of a digital watch. It's like upgrading from Morse code to FaceTime, explains lead researcher Dr. Wang Yijun, enabling 4-dimensional control of drones through pure thought. This BCI innovation uses dual-loop learning. As you refine mental commands, the AI simultaneously improves its interpretation algorithms, reportedly slashing errors by 20% in trials. Energy demands plummet. Tasks once requiring laptop-grade power now run on a 0.3-watt chip. Its two-way calibration system resists performance decay, maintaining 94% accuracy across 6 months without manual adjustments, outlasting older models that faltered as brains adapted. Medical trials show promise for stroke rehabilitation, with paralyzed patients regulating robotic limbs through neural retraining. But the implications extend beyond healthcare. Imagine architects manipulating 3D models mentally or gamers controlling VR worlds through subconscious cues. Still, ethical challenges loom. Stanford's Neurotech Ethics Center warns that hackable BCIs could expose users' raw thoughts. Ethicist Dr. Carola Kreitmer cautions, quote, "It's not just stealing passwords anymore, but potentially memories." The Chinese team confirms they're developing neural encryption protocols, but regulatory frameworks lag behind the technology. That wraps up today's episode. Thank you for tuning in. For additional details on today's topics, visit the links in the episode description below. Remember, you can now take Perplexity's AI-powered search anywhere with our mobile app, available on both Android and iOS. Download it today or try our desktop app for macOS users. In other updates, we've just launched Deep Research, a feature that analyzes hundreds of sources to generate comprehensive reports in minutes. This tool excels at handling complex queries, with initial tests demonstrating exceptional accuracy. Available as a free trial with unlimited access for pro subscribers, Deep Research is the go-to solution for in-depth research. That's it for today. Join us next time for more essential updates. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring with Perplexity.